Back at you with another one. This time it's the Hiya Exquisite Basic Series. Godzilla vs. Kong. Heat Ray Godzilla. Translucent version. What a box. Awesome. The color scheme of it. Cool picture of the figure and like just some really cool lighting. Burning city in the background and the moon. That looks really nice. The whole like deep blues and purples really makes the box pop. That's another cool box design by Hiya. On the side you have Godzilla vs. Kong and another cool picture of the figure here with the Hiya logo and the city in the background. Same thing, burning city on the back with another cool picture of the figure. And then we have another burning city here with the Hiya logo, Godzilla vs. Kong. But yeah, very cool box. So let's get this thing out of here and see what we got. All right, so just to show you the packaging, you're going to get your standard clamshell here with Goji inside. You're going to get the extra head and neck piece so he could look straight up. And you're going to get the atomic breath piece. So that all comes in the clamshell. And it's nice that we're getting some accessories with this. So let's get them out of there and take a look at them. All right, so Hiya Toys, baby, doing it again. This is the Heat Ray translucent version of Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Kong. Very nice. This is a figure that I've been wanting for a while right now that seems well overpriced on a lot of the sites. You know, I've been seeing this thing for 120, 130, 140 on eBay, Amazon. I was able to scoop this on Mercari for 75 bucks, which was pretty cool. It was you know, it was just displayed. It was a used version of the figure, but basically like new. You know, just taken out of the box to inspect, basically. So, you know, I can't see paying $120, $130 for this. You know what I mean? I looked around and was patient with it. And I was able to snag it for what I feel is a great price. This has a much different paint job than the rest of them, which seems to be the theme with each Hiya I get now. Every figure has its own paint job, and that's pretty cool, actually, you know, because, you know, Godzilla looks different in different parts of the movies. You know what I mean? Where he could come off lighter or darker. This happens to be a lighter shade of gray here. You know, of course it has other colors mixed in. You have your tans, even slightly green I see mixed in there. They say the figure is like started as all translucent blue and then was painted over. So, like, I guess the whole entire figure is translucent. And I think it was said maybe from the neck down. I don't know. We'll put that to the test later. But this is really nice. I think it's one of the nicest Hiya Godzillas they got out there. So I'm extremely happy to have it. It's very soft, which is really cool, you know, like, I'll tell you what, man, these Hiya Godzilla figures are really nice. Hiya is just making quality figures. Like, their Godzillas look really nice, man. Hiya's Godzillas are awesome. You know, you could see all the detail on it and how screen accurate it is. And I'm gonna just put it in a few different poses. I'll turn it to the side so you can see the dorsal plates. Okay, now that's absolutely amazing. The dorsal plates look fantastic. Look at that paint job. Really nice where you see the top of the dorsal plates is just this translucent blue. It has some whites. And it continues down like that all the way to the tip of the tail. It feels softer. It feels smoother. You know, the head and neck area, like they've seemed to really nail that now from, you know, how they started with the first edition Godzilla from Godzilla versus Kong, up to this figure. You know, they really have improved. And it's a heavy figure, but yet it also feels soft and movable. And that's kind of nice. They though it's not as much articulation as a SH Monster Arts figure, they have nailed the articulation on it. And in my opinion, they're only a couple ball joints away from these figures really being perfect as far as articulation is concerned. You know what I mean? They could add a little more to the head and neck. They could add a little more to the arms, and we would be cooking, you know? We're still cooking because the screen accuracy alone on these Hiya Godzilla figures is just fantastic. So I'm happy to get it today. Headed to Kaiju Brooklyn tomorrow. I'm going to film a little bit of that. Going to watch Ultrazilla and Luminous. Talk about new figures coming out there. That's part of the itinerary for it. So yeah, I'm just really excited about Kaiju Brooklyn and excited to do a review of this guy kind of leading up to that, you know. So this is just, you know, once again, it's a fantastic figure. They nail it. It's a completely screen accurate. Looks amazing. The head and neck on this are great. The detail on Godzilla's skin is fantastic. Paint job is fantastic. I like that it's a little lighter, this one, you know, because the first edition, 2021, was kind of on the darker side than this. So, you know, and he did look lighter and darker in that movie. So it's nice to get this one where it's a lighter shade of gray, you know. And I'm sure that'll look really nice when you shine some light on the translucent dorsal plates, which look great, you know. So let's pose this guy and let me show you a little more about him. Yeah, so like once again, it's really nice how soft this figure is. The tail feels good. It feels nice and soft. You know, you could get nice curves with it. Of course, the blue paint on the eyes and the inside of the mouth and the tongue is really, really cool. You know, you got some nice work on the teeth here on this figure. Specifically on the top teeth. Of course, the tongue is articulated, which is very nice. And I really love the shade of blue that they use on this figures, you know, for the face, for the eyes, the tongue, and the different shade of blue that they use on the dorsal plates. You kind of have like a, you know, light gray and cream color on his chest here, on the armor on the chest. And yeah, you just have slight dustings of different colors, some creams, and maybe even a little bit of like green, mixed with like a lighter shade of gray. And it looks really nice, you know. I love how layered the paint job are on these Hiyas, you know what I mean? They really put a lot of care into the paint job. And I like how each Godzilla is kind of different. It has their own shade of paint. So this looks fantastic. Let's get him in some other poses. You could get him in some nice action poses like this here. Of course, you have the one ball joint. You have the one ball joint at his waist, you know, which is going to allow you to turn his body like that, you know, which is pretty cool from the front, you know, rather than from the back where you see it separates the dorsal plate. So, you know, I know people have wanted Hiya to improve on that. I think it's fine, you know, especially if you have him like that. We have a nice action pose where he's turning around. That looks kind of nice, you know. But yeah, I don't know. You know, maybe they could improve upon that, but you can turn him, so that's cool. You know, and of course his head moves nicely. You could turn his head in pretty much any direction. Yeah, and I really like the tail off the ground poses that you could get with Hiya. You know, if you balance them correctly, that's some cool articulation. Where you could pose him with the tail off the ground, kind of walking and running or about to go into a crawl. Of course, his head turns pretty much all the way to the side, up and down. I like the mobility of the head and neck. They do it well, you know what I mean? Like, the articulation is just done fairly nicely on this, you know? It almost makes NECA Godzilla figures feel like a relic. Hiya does them so well, you know? These are just great. So you could look fairly high up with the regular head on this. Even though you can't use the atomic breath with this regular head, you could still get them to look fairly high. And that's dope, you know? Like, I really think that they nailed the approach to the way they do the head and the neck on these figures. It's very, very nice. Look at that. That's awesome. The colors are popping on this. This is a very nice figure. I'm liking it very much. Yeah, I've been seeing it and wanting it, thinking it's really beautiful, the translucent version, and it is. And I have the energized version on pre-order, so of GXK, so I can't wait for that. But this looks amazing. Of course, you could get Godzilla in a nice swimming pose, basically. Works better with a stand, but I'm just showing you can pose him like that and get his head to look pretty much straightforward. And this seems that this may even look more straightforward than some of the other Hiya Godzilla figures. I don't know. The head really goes up on this one, so it's kind of nice. Now I just want to show you what you do basically here. You pop off the head and these three soft pieces, and it's going to look like that. And you're going to replace these three soft pieces with this piece. And then you're going to pop the head in, and obviously the atomic breath, I have it in its mouth now, but, you know, you could pop the head in first and then put the atomic breath in his mouth and balance it. But the atomic breath piece is very nice. Just to go over that a little bit, it's like a swirl of powder blue, North Carolina blue, and like white, like a silverish, you know, sprinkled filled white. It's really, really nice. It shimmers and glimmers. It's translucent. It's a really cool atomic breath piece. So let's get this head on and the neck and head on and with the atomic breath and check that out. So this is what we're looking at basically. You know, it's pretty much straight. It's not entirely straight up, but it's close enough, you know. And that's pretty cool, you know. To be honest with you, I prefer it with the regular face on, you know. Like, I'm not going to be posing it like this, really, you know. It just would stay like this. So, you know, it's cool to have it, but I actually prefer the the regular head that it comes with. But this is cool, and the atomic breath effect is nice, but you know, it's kind of weird. It's got a weird shape to it, and it's not quite 100% all the way up, but it's all right. It's dope. Now, here I just want to compare it with the original first edition 2021 GVK Godzilla right here. So obviously you could tell this is much darker. And the translucent version is a lot lighter. And that's kind of cool, you know what I mean? Because he did give off those appearances in the movie depending upon the scene, you know what I mean? So I like that. You know, you do get to see different color Godzillas during the picture, so I like that Hiya Toys like reflects that and also gives a stylized approach to the paint job to convey a different look that Godzilla may have had at different parts of the movie, you know. But yeah, here you can see it's quite a big difference in paint job, and I love them both. You know, I really do. This figure, the original first edition, really grew on me. I really love the looks of it. It's really rough and tough, you know. And this is GVK Godzilla. I think they nailed them. So, yeah, that's looking fantastic. And these are all the Hiya Godzillas that I own currently. I have 5 of them now. I went from one of them, I guess it was last month, to these 5. And I'm really happy that I'm growing my collection of Hiyas because I really love them. I got to get some Kongs and the Muto and the Skullcrawler and the Ghidorahs that they have. But I wanted to get a bunch of the Godzillas first. Perhaps I'll get the Kongs next, but we have the 2019 right here, the 2019 Burning Godzilla, the 2021 GVK First Edition, the 2021 GVK Translucent version, and the 2024 GXK Re-Evolved version. So that's what I have so far. Got a bunch more on pre-order. And I'm really excited about Kaiju Brooklyn tomorrow. So comment if anybody's going. You know, I can't wait to see Ultrazilla there, Luminous. And it should be a really good time. So anyway, you know, that's the comparison with all of the Hiyas that I have. And now I just wanted to show you the translucent dorsal plates. You know, this is how they basically look. Yeah, I don't know about how true that is about the rest of the figure being translucent, but obviously we could see it's from the dorsal plates all the way at the top of his head to pretty much down to the tip of his tail. They all pretty much shine. And that's just really nice. Sorry, I don't have a flashlight to do it properly, so I'll just have this ring light behind it so you could kind of see. That's just cool as hell. So yeah, that's pretty much a wrap. I'll just give you a quick closer look at the detail and the paintwork. Very nice. Just an awesome figure, you know. Another well done figure by Hiya. Looking fantastic. Dorsal plate's awesome. And yeah, that's another figure review for you fellers. So, Kaiju Brooklyn tomorrow. Hope to see you guys there. And I'll be back at you with another one. I'm hoping they got some cool figures there, so we'll see what happens. Peace out, folks.